शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर। एक दिन वो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, होगी शांति चारों ओर एक दिन।
Classifying the animals into groups started long time back, during the time of Aristotle, 384 to 322 BC. So you can understand it started long time back, and this is known as artificial method of classification.
Third slide.
Later, traditional method of classification started, and that was mainly based on the presence or absence of notochord. That means there were chordates and non-chordates. Now, chordates means what? That is presence of notochord, presence of pharyngeal gill slits. So based on that, the animals were classified. But Robert Whittaker is the next scientist who first started 5-kingdom system of classification, which we are following today. Now this classification is based on body organization, body symmetry, body cavity, germ layer and segmentation. Now here comes the grades of organization. Grades of organization means whether the animals are unicellular or multicellular. Animals, if they are multicellular, then whether they are having tissues. If tissue is there, then whether the organs are forming or not. So these gradual specializations were taken into consideration. Body symmetry, that was also considered. Means whether the body is asymmetrical, whether radial symmetry or bilateral symmetry. Germ layer was taken into consideration. That means whether the animal is diploblastic or triploblastic. What kind of body cavity the animals are having? Body cavity means coelom, whether they are acoelomate, pseudocoelomate or eucoelomate. Body segmentation was also taken into consideration, like in case of earthworms. They were then divided into different phylums, and these different phyla are phylum Porifera, which includes sponges. They are the simplest animals with body having lot of pores or oscula. Next came the Coelenterata. They were little more specialized, like example Hydra. They were multicellular and diploblastic. Next group was Platyhelminthes, where the body is becoming worm-like. They were free-living, and it has flatworm, tapeworms, which are inside your body, inside your stomach. Then came Aschelminthes. They are also thread-like, worm-like bodies, but they can be endoparasite and also free-living. And third is the phylum Annelida, that is the earthworm, where the body gets segmented. Next groups are the arthropoda, like crab, spider, cockroach. They are forming the largest group on this earth. They are having segmented body. Next, phylum Mollusca. These are soft-bodied animals, all aquatic, and bodies covered with a mantle. Next, Echinodermata. Body is covered with a calcareous shell like starfish, but they have the ability of regeneration. So gradually you are finding the animals are getting more and more specialized. Now the phylum Hemichordata, where Balanoglossus is included. And here the body is divided into proboscis, collar and trunk. They are ocean worms. Next comes phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is provided with notochord and pharyngeal gill slits and also nerve cord. These chordates are again divided into 3 subphyla. They are Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Urochordates are Doliolum. They are having their notochord in the tail region. Cephalochordates are Amphioxus. They are having notochord throughout their body length. And Vertebrata or Craniata, their brain is protected by cranium. Now, Vertebrata is divided into 6 classes. First is Cyclostomata, which includes Petromyzon, Myxin, etc. Then class species like Rohu, Pomfret. Next, Amphibia, Frog, Toad, Salamander. Now, they are having appendages, but they don't have, their digits are without claws. Next, Reptilia, where the digits are provided with claws. That means tortoise, lizard, etc. Next class, aves, peacock, parrot, etc., where the digits are covered with claws and scales. They also have exoskeleton in the form of feathers. Lastly, Mammalia, human, elephant, dolphin, etc. These are the most well developed, where the mammary glands are present and digits are provided with nails, claws or hooves. Exoskeleton is in the form of hair or fur. So gradually you find from the simplest group of animals we have come to the most complex groups, and we have divided them by the process of classification. Now here I am discussing some questions which you may expect in your SSC exam. First, I have given the 1 mark questions. A list of 1 mark questions are there. Identify me. Next, I have given list of 3 mark questions where you have to write the characters of each of the animal with classification chart. Then there are some questions like write in brief about progressive changes in animal classification. What is the exact difference between grades of organization and symmetry? Give scientific classifications of sharp up to class. I have also given some more 3 mark questions which are answered in brief. You may go through, you may learn them. These are all important questions. Next, there is a list of 2 mark questions. Give scientific reasons. Again, I have given some 1 mark questions. Like you have to choose the correct options. And after choosing the correct options, you have to also write or give the reason why you have chosen that. 1 line reasoning you give. Next is diagram with proper labeling. This will be 2-mark question. List of animals are given here. Thank you. So these are your list of different types of questions or question bank.